Good morning, everyone. My name is Tamara Fontaine-Hardy, and I have the privilege of serving as the Director of the Neighborhood Services and Economic Development Divisions in the City of Detroit in the Housing and Revitalization Department. I'd like to extend a warm welcome on this very chilly day and express my gratitude to each of you for joining us today. But I'm very excited to announce and celebrate the opening of our 5th and final round of the Neighborhood Beautification Program. And for that, I think we deserve an applause. So earlier this year, we launched applications for round 4, resulting in 60 grant awards to block clubs, neighborhood associations, faith-based organizations, and community organizations. These grants totaled more than $873,000, funding efforts that will continue to beautify neighborhoods and make Detroit an event or an even more beautiful place to live than before. In this 5th and final round of funding, our goal is to award up to 96 organizations. I want you to hear me again. 96 organizations totaling $1.4 million to block clubs, nonprofit organizations, faith-based organizations, and neighborhood associations across the city in every single council district. We are excited to see how this investment will directly benefit your neighborhoods, supporting activities directly related to your neighborhoods like cleanup efforts, the installation of flower gardens, or even community gardens, community vegetable gardens, and the creation of pocket parks and public spaces in every city council district, as I said before. Since its inception, the Neighborhood Beautification Program has made a tangible and positive impact in the neighborhoods all across Detroit. These spaces are transforming the fabric of our communities, providing children with safe and welcoming places to play, and offering seniors beautiful, secure environments for walking and socializing with their neighbors. Now it is time for me to introduce to you our Honorable Mayor of Detroit, Mike Duggan, who has dedicated his heart and soul to the revitalization of the city of Detroit. With that, please come forward.
Well, thank you, Tamara, and you are doing a great job with this program. So this has been an interesting process. When the council members up here and I came in together, Councilman Tate got a little ahead of us, but the land bank owned more than 90,000 vacant lots in this city. And while a lot of the attention was focused on the abandoned houses, the abandoned lots were really a problem. And there was a long history in this city of people from out of town and sometimes out of country buying up our vacant lots and sitting on them. And so I did not want to release these vacant lots, despite the fact you people stand up saying, I can't get the lot. So we started with council support by saying to the people of this city, if you own the house and the vacant lot next door to you, you'd like to own it, you can go on our website. For $100, you can buy the side lot. And that was a big step for council to approve, because before I was elected, council used to approve every single side lot at voted city council. We are now more than 25,000 side lots where homeowners got control of the property they were probably cutting the grass on anyway. Then we got to the next question where people say, well, we got land here that's not anybody's side lot. And again, I said, I don't want people out of town speculating, so we set up a process by which block clubs and neighborhood association could come in and request these, and they became community lots, and the land bank turned them over. And then the group said, we really appreciate these lots, but we're small block clubs. We don't have the money to put in gardens, to put in park benches and the like. And now what you have are the neighborhood beautification grants. You can get $500,000 to $15,000, and 155 block clubs have taken abandoned property in their area or underdeveloped property, taken these grants and made it into beauty. This is the way the city should be rebuilt. It's the neighbor's vision for their neighborhood, their plans, and our support to them. We don't want the land bank to own land. But we have to turn it over to people who have the resources to put it to good use. And you get a chance to see the 7 acres that the North Rosedale group did here to enhance the open space around this community center. So now I know the neighborhood associations in the city know it's coming. We want to make sure nobody misses a deadline. You got till the end of next week. Put your application in. We would like nothing more than to turn land bank parcels over to you and have you beautify your neighborhood. And at this point, I get a chance to introduce the council president. I want to tell you how the relationship between the mayor and the council has worked. So a few years ago, I was working very hard to get the Detroit Pistons to come down from Auburn Hills, which is transformational for the city. That not only the team was there, but now every concert in southeastern Michigan is in the city of Detroit. But the kind of noise that you get, council was under something about, well, these are wealthy team owners. And council president, I don't think she was president at the time, Mary Sheffield came to see me. She says, I've been doing research, and we were just not too far out of bankruptcy. We didn't have a lot of money in the city. She says, do you realize that when LeBron James and the visiting teams come here, we tax them 1.2%? On their games? She says, I think over a few years, it's going to be $1 million. She says, that money's not planned anywhere in the budget. She said, I'm happy to support the Pistons coming down, but I want to create a permanent fund for neighborhood beautification. Let's take that new income tax money nobody was counting on, and let's put it into the neighborhoods. And so with Council Member Sheffield's sponsorship, we created the Neighborhood Improvement Fund, and it was so successful when the American Rescue Plan kicked in, we put $2 and $3 million more into that fund. And so this is going to be the last round of the larger dollar amounts coming from President Biden and the neighborhood and the American Rescue Plan. And it's really important, as Tamara said, we've got capacity for another 90 or 100 projects. This is going to be your chance. You've been staring at that lot and thinking somebody should do something about it. Somebody is you. And now you have the ability to do it. And so at this point, I would like to introduce the sponsor of the Neighborhood Improvement Fund, Council President Mary Sheffield.
All right. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, and thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. It is an exciting time to be here to announce more investment going into the neighborhoods of our great city, and for another round of the Beautification Grant. I hope that this is not the end of the program, but I do understand, the constraints that we have with ARPA funding running out. But I will tell you that I will continue to push, and I hope I have pro tem support to try to find ways to keep this program going. I have seen firsthand how it has impacted the quality of life throughout the city of Detroit. And so, as was mentioned, this program is near and dear to my heart, one, because I truly believe in investing in block clubs and organizations that are doing the work on the ground in our neighborhoods, and also because during the negotiations of the Pistons, I really listened to residents, and most of them were not against the development that was coming. They wanted to know how it would directly benefit them. How can we make a tangible difference in the community as we see this new development happening in the downtown area? And so, as the mayor mentioned, I thought about this fund and how we can create a stream of funding that can only be used in our neighborhoods to help Detroiters. And so that is where the Neighborhood Beautification Program came from. This program exemplifies how we can bridge the success of development in downtown with the needs and desires of residents in our neighborhoods. I've had the opportunity to see firsthand the desire that residents have to want to contribute and make their neighborhoods clean, safe, and beautiful. And so I want to thank all of the residents, the block clubs, the organizations, associations that work day in and day out to make this city beautiful. I have seen how residents have gone into their own pocket just to take care of the vacant lots next door, to maintain them, to make sure that things are manicured and look beautiful in their area. How they utilize their own time and resources tending to areas around their neighborhoods that are neglected and blighted. And I've also seen and heard the amazing visions that these organizations have for their community, but oftentimes do not have the funding to bring those visions to a reality. And so the Neighborhood Improvement Fund was created with one goal, and that is bringing resources and assistance to neighborhoods across Detroit. This funding for this program has not only brought upgrades and maintenance, but creates safe places and environments for our young people to grow and to explore. I have personally, as I mentioned, seen how this program has transformed neighborhoods, rebuilt a sense of community and pride in our block clubs across this city. I want to thank Mayor Duggan again for his partnership. Every time I went up to his office to talk to him, he was just receptive and willing to support and find funding to support this initiative. So I thank Mayor Duggan for his partnership, and to the amazing team at HRD and everyone who plays a role in getting the money out to these organizations. I know sometimes that can be difficult, but I thank you for your work. 155 organizations today have received funding with an investment of $2.2 million to date. This beautification program is a powerful tool in our ongoing effort to enhance the quality of life for Detroiters, and I'm looking forward to seeing the creative ideas that residents bring forward in this next round of funding. So thank you so much for your support, and I will now bring up my colleague and partner, President Pro Tem Tate.
Thank you, Madam President. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to District 1, and welcome to my home neighborhood of North Rosedale Park, one of the best neighborhoods in the country, not just the city of Detroit. And I am so thankful to not just to live in this area. I've been born and raised in this place called District 1 my entire life. And the GRDC, Grandmont Rosedale Development Corporation, has received a number of the awards for the Neighborhood Beautification Project. But there's been other neighborhoods as well in District 1 that have received these awards. And I have had an opportunity. I lived over in what's now called the Schoolcraft Improvement Association. That's in the Schoolcraft and Southfield area. And I remember back in the day, there was this one house. It was a challenging house, a little boy. It was a challenging house that was over there. And when I say challenging, any and everything you can think of was happening there along this street called Glendale. And it got to the point where it exploded. Violence exploded. You had drugs going on, and fire took place, and the home got razed. It was demolished. Neighbors then said, what are we going to do with this space? They didn't know what to do, so they just started gathering and had a garden. But it was still real, just kind of DIY. That's what it was, really, truly. And then along the way comes this program that allowed the neighbors to do a whole lot more and make it truly a mainstay within that community. And if you go through SIA, which is what it's called on Glendale Gardens, if you go down there during the summertime, any given weekend, you'll see block parties happening over there, fish fries happening over there. It's a true bona fide garden now that's happening in that space. And so I just want to thank my colleagues, certainly Council President Sheffield for sponsoring this, coming up with this idea, bringing it to the table. Mayor Duggan for making sure that it got across the threshold. Everyone from HRD for putting this program together. And the largest thank you has to be with the community for coming up with these particular ideas and making the city as best as it can be. We have a finite amount of resources, and those resources are not just dollars. It's brain power, manpower, woman power as well. And so whenever we get an opportunity to get the community engaged and involved, that's when we know that a project is going to do exactly what it's supposed to do, and it's benefit the residents of the city of Detroit. So thank you all again for being here and looking forward to, and the clock's ticking, right, Ms. Hardy? The clock's ticking. Make sure for the residents who are watching, make sure that you go out and participate in this opportunity that we're going to do what we can to make sure it has another iteration, but we need to take advantage of it while it's here today. All right, God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. So with that being said, we can't do this work by ourselves. I like for, to be able to say that I can put myself in 5 different locations, but the reality of it is that I can't. And so we have some wonderful partners that help us to do this work. And one of those partners is, first of all, before I do that, let me put a shout out to my own team. Rico Razzo is my director. He's here. He gives me the space and the time to be creative, and that's a good director, right? And then, of course, I couldn't go further without mentioning Julie Schneider, who is the director of HRD. Without her work and her ingenuity and her willingness to help me do this work, it wouldn't be possible either. But now I'd like to bring up Christopher Hicks, who is the Director of Empowerment and Integration with Wayne Metro Community Agency. They are our partner in this work, and without them, we couldn't do the work that we're doing at all because the application goes through their portal, right? They work with us to provide all the technical assistance that's needed to these organizations so that they can get their application in. They work with us to meet with the residents who have no clue what they're doing. We walk you through the process. You don't have to do this by yourself. We do it with you. And so with that, Chris, if you can just go ahead and come on up, and we will go ahead with the furthest of our press release.
Good afternoon, everybody. Is it afternoon? It is afternoon. Okay, I'm a little early, 6 minutes. The Neighborhood Beautification Project for Wayne Metro allows for us to continue to move forward our mission in helping everybody achieve self-sufficiency. So it's a wonderful opportunity to continue to pour into the city in a lot of wonderful ways. And we do it in a whole new way now. We have a so much bigger team. Some of them are here today. Shout out to my team. We allowed them to grow things organically. We allowed them to listen to the neighborhoods and hear what the people are saying. Those community members also allow for us to be able to continue to move things forward in the ways of helping everybody live a little bit better. So this program does a lot of things for us. It moves things in a lot of ways. It makes Detroit beautiful in all of the ways that it's supposed to be. We've helped and assisted almost everybody that's on that list, if I'm not mistaken. And from it, we've grown, developed, moved in a lot of ways that have changed neighborhoods for the better. It's continually allowed us the opportunity to paint the canvas of Detroit a little bit better and assist in a lot of ways. So we are eternally grateful for the opportunity to continue to do this. We look forward to this last, put in air quotes, round of applicants, looking forward to the opportunity to continue to make Detroit a beautiful place. Thank you.
And now we'd like to also bring up Austin Gregory, is the president of the North Rosedale Park Civic Association.
Hello, everybody. I used to play baseball here when I was like 4 years old. I would come here, we would play baseball. Now I'm a coach and help run the league. My family still runs it. The same people who started this baseball league 30 years ago. And while I thought it was a great neighborhood when I was a kid, I know that every kid who plays baseball here now can see it and feel it in a better and different way. And I'm really happy that we've been able to do that and participate in that, receive these benefits. So thank you.
So with that, I'd like again to thank everyone for coming out. As has been said, the application closes December 13th. Please, if you're interested, get your application in. If you need, I'm sorry. Come on up, I apologize. No. Come on up. Mike Randall, come on up, Mike. Mike is the executive director of the Grant Mont Rosedale Development Corporation. Come on up.
Come on, y'all can do better than that. Just kidding. Thank you for that. Welcome to Grant Mont Rosedale. As was mentioned, my name is Mike Randall, and I have the honor and the privilege of serving as Executive Director of the Grant Mont Rosedale Development Corp. Our mission at GRDC is to revitalize and preserve the 5 neighborhoods that make up Grant Mont Rosedale community. My neighborhood, I live here, I live around the corner, so it was a quick drive. In the areas of focus, housing, economic development, and community engagement. But I will say that of all the programs that we're able to administer, I must say that NBP is probably one of my favorites because it gives us a really unique opportunity to partner directly with neighborhood associations and block clubs and really just figure out what they want to do, right? We're able to act as a fiduciary and, cover some of the administrative tasks, but we were able to get to work directly with neighborhoods and bring these projects to life. So this grant also creates an opportunity for something that is very critical in community development, but often very elusive, and that word is volunteerism, right? And that's academic speak for it's hard to get people to come out and help, right? And so I just want to thank the City Council members, Mayor Duggan, HRD, Wayne Metro, and everyone that's been involved with this amazing program. And as long as it's alive, GRDC will act as a partner. And so, again, thank you all for coming out, and welcome to the neighborhood.
So with that, again, December 13th, mark your calendars. We would love for each of you, and please announce it to your other partners as well to apply for the program. We are here to assist you. We don't want any dollars to go back to ARPA, right? We want to spend every single dime. So please apply. And, let me say this as well. We will still continue to run the program with the NIF dollars, probably at a smaller scale, but we are willing to partner with any organizations, philanthropy, sponsorships through other organizations who want to continue to run this program. It has been a phenomenal program for our neighborhoods, for the children, for the seniors, and for the communities that is served. So with that, I'm going to let you go. If you have any questions, I am here to answer any questions that you might have, and I open it up to the floor. If not, we're going to move forward, and thank you again.